Will there ever be a year where a luxury fashion house or luxury brand in general is not in hot water? Let's go ahead and get into it because Prada is on the list right now. Hey everybody, this is India with Bags and Lifestyle. Thank you so much for watching this video. We are doing fashion news. I'm so excited, and that's usually the goofiness comes out when I have not recorded in a while. It comes out all the time. But anyway, that's my excuse is that because I've been on a little bit of a hiatus. Let's get into our first topic, which is going to be Prada, y'all. Okay, there was a Prada sandal scandal, or yeah, that's been going on. And according to Reuters, which for reference, everything will be linked down below. I encourage you to read it because what I am going to say is just me speculating, my opinion. I'm not stating it as any fact. This is just for entertainment. In June, there was a Milan fashion show where Prada debuted these beautiful leather sandals. And they had the design was an open toe braided detail style, which they're gorgeous, beautiful sandals. And but the issue was that it resembles a traditional sandal that is made by artisans in India. And to add insult to injury with this is, according to Reuters magazine, like I mentioned, Reuters, yeah, Reuters online is what I should say. The leather sandal that was listed on the Prada website just said leather sandal. There was no reference to where the inspiration came from, and it looked very similar, according to the artisans and people that spoke out about this. It looked very similar to this traditional sandal that is made in India. And you're seeing on the screen, of course, the names of the shoes because I don't want to insult anyone by mispronouncing it. Now, kudos to the artisans for speaking out about this. This is not the first time that Prada has been in hot water. To my knowledge, it's been a few years, but it's just going to keep happening, I'm sure. But anyway, the Prada spokesman did release a statement saying that the company has always celebrated craftsmanship, heritage, and design traditions. And they'll go on to say a few more things after that in their statement. Wanted to know if you had heard about this. Let me know in the comments down below. If this is your first video of mine, thank you so much for watching this video. I do fashion news once a month. Try to do it once a month. And we just go over kind of topics. I don't talk about what's in, what's out. It's just more what scandals are happening, business related things. And it doesn't have to be high end fashion, it's just everything related to the business around fashion. Next up is going to be Google and AI, which is a hot topic right now, and definitely for the foreseeable future it will be, because you just see all of a sudden so many AI powered things just getting pushed out to us through our email or wherever else, through our phones and all kinds of things. I'm sure for you folks that work for other company for work don't work for yourselves but you work for another company, you've been seeing AI related things in your area too. Google debuted an AI powered shopping experience. And if I remember correctly, Google, I did a fashion news where I talked about Google and Victoria's Secret, I believe. I'm going to have to do some digging back through my old videos, but something related to that I do remember seeing. So this is kind of like jogging a memory. But basically, Google is combining Gemini and shop graph to have this type of experience where shoppers can upload photos of themselves, and basically they can virtually try on items, which the intended purpose is for it to be more of a realistic try on, because they're using your body and photos of you to actually try on the item. So I do think it's interesting. Also, they are, with this technology, they are going to allow you also to price compare, which I think is helpful as well, because as well as price compare, price tracking, all of that. You can also automate purchases with this technology as well to for Google Pay. So the way that the article, which will be linked down below for reference so you can read more into it, but the way that they described it was that you can set up price tracking. Basically, I can say, "Oh, this shirt is retail price for $500. I let me know when a size medium in this shirt goes on sale for 250." And if you have your card information stored within Google Pay, then you can automatically allow it to buy the item for you. So that way you don't have to worry about getting an email notification. Then by the time you see it going into whatever site it's on sale for, on sale at, and then missing out on it, which I think can be dangerous, especially if you have too many things set up. But for those folks that really want to embrace type of that kind of automated process, then I think this is a good option to, try out. Let me know if you've heard of this before, and also let me know if you would be willing to do some type of setup with that. I can see it in certain cases where this might be a good idea. Me personally, I'm just apprehensive about storing personal data everywhere, which is the world we're in now. And I think it's just going to expand from here, but we're not talking about that right now. Last up is going to be Burberry. I remember doing a fashion news, I want to say last year, towards the end of the year, or either beginning of this year, where I talked about Burberry downgrading their revenue. I do remember that. And I don't remember how much they said it was they were changing it to, but Burberry is not out of the woods yet. But the good thing that we're hearing is that investors are happy with the progress that Burberry has made. They they still have issued profit warnings according to the article that I read, but shares are up about 63% since Schulman, I'm sorry, looking at my notes here. Schulman took over, and which is a good thing. And they've also changed up their product range as well as pricing. They are now focusing on kind of two main categories. This isn't the only two things, but the biggest changes are that they are trying to increase the amount of bags that they have for lower prices. And then also going back to those traditions for Burberry, they were known for really well made trench coats. They are embracing that more. And doesn't mean the price is going down for your trench coat. Actually, the trench coat prices, according to the article I read, are going up, but they're focusing more on the craftsmanship and delivering great, I was about to say perfect, that's not the right word, but delivering great trench coats because that's kind of a staple and a heritage for them. Let me know if you have checked out Burberry recently. I have to admit that I used to check out Burberry periodically, but I haven't looked at Burberry in maybe a year. I do know that they mentioned that one of the bags is the horseshoe crossbody bag, is one that they've introduced. When I did go to their website after seeing this information, they do have that bag. I'm not personally a fan of it, but the price point is lower. It's around the 11, $1,200 range in USD. And what some of the feedback that they've received as far as on the Burberry end is that as far as handbags go and clothing, Burberry was pushing their prices up, and it just got out of hand for the equity that the brand has. There's only a certain amount that people were willing to pay. They were like, I'm not thinking of a Burberry bag for $5,000, for example. I am more so willing to buy a Burberry bag because of how I value it as, something for 1800. So, there was a disconnect. Just because you bump your prices up does not mean people will necessarily pay for it. And they were having a price mismatch with their customer base, basically. And I remember Cassie Thorpe talking about the pricing with Burberry items as well previously in one of her videos. I do like I want to say it's the Rocking Horse bag. I think it's a nice top flap bag. It reminds me of the Fendi Come On bag or something like that. but I think that one's a nice one. But other than that, when I looked at Burberry's website, the bags that are on there are just not appealing to me. And I have noticed that they've changed up the emblem on some of them, which is similar to one that I've seen with Chloe that's changed up too, which is interesting, which I do plan to talk about Chloe in the future. So keep a watch out for that. But let me know what you think about Burberry. And we are going to switch over to share some items that I have gotten from small owned companies. If you're new here, I do try to share items that I have purchased or either things that are catching my eye because I can't buy everything, especially all at one time. And I want to try to make sure that I highlight those companies and brands out there so that way, if something piques your interest, you can patronize the company. And some months ago, like last year, I definitely remember talking about a company called Dressed in Joy. And there's been a dress that I had on my mind, and I finally got my hands on it because I think they're ending this pattern, which for reference, I'm trying to grab my stuff from off my lap, from down here off my ottoman. But she's based in New York City, and I think she has, I'm not even gonna say which island, but I know she has roots elsewhere outside the United States. And her her items are, I believe, printed in the Caribbean, I want to say. And it's usually a 3-week turnaround time frame for your orders because it's printed on demand, which makes it more sustainable. So just keep that in mind if you're planning on ordering something from them. But yes, been eyeing this company for a while, but because this print was going on sale, and I believe she mentioned on the website it was not going to come back, I wanted to go ahead and get it while I could. So it's this dress here that I got, and it's not inexpensive. I definitely will say that. I will say that I did reach out to her related to the pockets because they seemed a little bit lower on the frame, on the dress than I thought they should be. But she's definitely was very helpful. She was very responsive and explained things to me and answered all my questions. So I definitely say customer service great. It was very easy to quickly get my order in, and the shipping was quick for that reason because this was already printed. My only, I think the branding as far as like her tag that she uses really good. My only complaint is that when it arrived, it did, like, it was in a poly mailer, but it wasn't wrapped in anything like paper. Like the presentation just was not the best. But that's a small thing versus the product that I'm getting and the customer service that I got, as well as supporting a small woman owned company. So I do plan to purchase something else in the future, but just want to be open and honest about my experience so far. But overall, I would say, I did like that, but it's just that one little thing where I think she could do better with the packaging when she sends items. What else? Yeah, because it was also wrinkled as well, so that was also kind of a little off-putting. Next up is going to be the ballet, and I had, I want to say Tashara from Politics and Fashion had a white ballet shirt that I saw last year, and I've kept them on my mind because neither one of these were inexpensive at all, and this top is pretty expensive as well. This one was supposed to be, and then Monroe talked about it, and it was funny. The same week that she mentioned it, I had put in my order because this had gone on sale. I'm sorry, it had gone out of stock at some point. And the website does not do the beautiful shimmer of this top justice. If you see that sheen, that peachy color, so that's the biggest thing that drew me in, as well as the fabric composition is made up of silk and some other fabrics, some other materials. I had been wanting one of these shirts for like a year, and I was able to get it at a discounted price. And what else was I to say? Their shipping, I want to say they recently had updated the website because there was an influx of orders that came in, and I believe it's like a 3-week wait time. And I think based off of, I was expecting to get it sooner. So when I timed out when it was supposed to come, it would probably came about a week or a week and a half after when I timed for it to arrive. And I think that just had to do with the massive influx of orders because, like I mentioned, I ordered this probably on a Monday or Tuesday. I think Monroe Steele's video went up on a Wednesday, and I was actually checking, I was watching her video and then decided to check the website and it was sold out. So I know sometime during that week it sold out. I don't know how many they had in stock, but I think that had to do with how it was a little bit slower. But I did reach out to them via email. They were very responsive to me via email. I had a positive experience there. And the packaging, I want to say it was the packaging it came in was nice. It came in a poly mailer that was branded. It also had tissue paper wrapped, which was a nice experience as well. And then I believe there was a tag that this came with too. But they did have a tag. I would say like the paper tag probably could have been a little bit better just compared to like fancy homebody tags that I saw that I've seen that I've talked about before on this channel, and that's another small company. I do really like their price tags. So I would say like that's just my small complaint. And then they actually mislabeled the fabric composition of this top. So I did have to email them about that just to confirm, which they were very nice, responsive, and had responded, said yes, they did get the batch or whatever I had did get mislabeled. I would say like the tag here is really nice, but the fabric composition tag it could be better for the price point, I would definitely say, because both of these items were well over $100. And I do think those critiques that I'm making are valid because of the price point that they're in. I would definitely order from them again. Yes, very excited to have this too. All right, two more items that I have gotten recently is from Christina Brawley, her candle company. I've gotten the Mother Lover candle. This one came as part of joining her membership, and that it's good for 1 year. So I got this candle as a gift as part of her membership, like I said, which there are some since I'm looking to purchase in the future. I just need to wait till I get through my other candles first. And then also, y'all, I'm going to have to take a brief break from Koi because the way this woman designs these items and they come out and you just want so many pieces from her. It is It's crazy. But I got the Rena set, which comes in this is the first time I've gotten a box with a drawer. And these earrings are so pretty and versatile. Yeah, after I got these, I said, look, I'm it's going to be a good several months before I buy anything from Koi because I got to pump the brakes. But very happy I got these. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions about any of the items that I purchased, let me know. I can definitely try to do my best to answer those questions for you. And I'll see you again next time. Bye.